The Lighthouse Keeper. On a small island surrounded by a vast, restless sea stood an old lighthouse. Every evening, as the sun disappeared beneath the horizon, the lighthouse keeper, Thomas, climbed the narrow spiral stairs to light the great lamp. Thomas lived alone. His only companions were the waves, the wind, and the endless cry of the seagulls. People in the nearby village often wondered why he had chosen such a lonely life. But Thomas always smiled and said,
"Even one small light can make a difference."
One cold evening, dark clouds suddenly covered the sky. The sea became wild. Waves crashed against the rocks, and powerful winds shook the lighthouse. Thomas looked toward the horizon. A fishing boat was still far out at sea.
They must find their way home.
He quickly climbed the stairs and checked the lighthouse lamp. It was old, but it was still working. A powerful beam of light swept across the dark ocean. Lightning struck nearby. The lighthouse went completely dark. Thomas froze. Outside, the storm grew stronger. The fishing boat was now dangerously close to the rocks. Thomas tried to restart the lamp, but nothing happened. He could have given up. Instead, he grabbed an old oil lantern.
If the big light won't shine, I'll find another way.
He ran outside and climbed onto the lighthouse balcony. Holding the lantern high, he began waving it through the darkness. The storm raged around him. Rain poured down his face. His hands trembled from the cold, but Thomas refused to lower the lantern. Far away, the fishermen saw a tiny golden light.
Look! The lighthouse!
They turned the boat toward the light. Thomas continued waving, again and again. Slowly, the boat moved away from the dangerous rocks. Finally, it disappeared safely into the darkness beyond the island. Thomas smiled. His tiny lantern had been enough. The next morning, the storm had passed. Thomas stood outside the lighthouse, watching the calm sea. A small fishing boat approached the island. The fishermen climbed onto the shore. Their captain walked toward Thomas and shook his hand.
"You saved us last night?"
Thomas shook his head.
"I only kept the light burning."
The captain smiled and said,
"Sometimes that's all someone needs."
Thomas looked at his old lantern. For the first time, he realized that his lonely job was not really lonely at all. Somewhere out there, people depended on his light. Years passed. Thomas continued to care for the lighthouse. Whenever storms came, he remembered that night. He learned something important. You don't need to be powerful to help others. You don't need to be famous to make a difference. Sometimes all you need is the courage to keep shining when everything around you becomes dark. The lighthouse continued to stand above the sea, guiding ships safely home. And every night, Thomas lit the lamp with the same quiet smile. Life will bring storms to all of us. When darkness comes, don't worry about how small your light is. Just keep shining, because somewhere, someone may be searching for exactly the light you carry.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like the video. And don't forget to subscribe the channel.